All my dreams are coming, all my dreams are humming, all my dreams are coming true.
Hi YouTube. It has been an insanely long time since I checked in with you guys, like months, and I am so sorry for that. So I am going to spend the next couple of minutes, under 10 minutes, catching you up on everything that has been going on so that I can get back on track with vlogging for you guys on how everything is going in my Greater at 40 personal growth and health and wellness journey. The first thing I have to say is, it's amazing. You guys, life is so good. And I am so happy. And trust me, it's not like I don't have shit going on, because I got a lot of shit going on, but I have never been more energetic. I have never been more calm. I have never been more bright and hopeful about everything that the future is going to hold than I am right now. So let me back it up. Also, I'm getting over a cold, so forgive me if I cough a little. And it wouldn't be me without my coffee. So let me back it up a little and tell you where things have been. The last time I really checked in with you guys was in October. And in October, I went to the Rise Lantern Festival, which was amazing. And I had a super powerful experience there. I would definitely recommend going. About a week or so after I came back, or maybe at about the same time, I experienced in my apartment what I referred to as Flood-ageddon of 2016. There was a leak, a big one, in the apartment across the hall that drifted over into my apartment, and they had to quarantine my kitchen and quarantine my living room, and I was basically living from my bedroom with no kitchen and no way to meal prep for like 3 weeks. And it was really hard because I have been spending a lot of energy and a lot of focus on cooking from home. It helps me from a budget standpoint, financially, and honestly, it helps me stay on goal with my macros and how I want to eat. So for the few weeks that I was experiencing my flood, I was eating out every day, and it was a drain. It was a drain physically, it was a drain on my money, and honestly, it was a drain on my emotions. So what did I eat? In that few weeks, I ate a ton of Starbucks, because there's one by my house, and their nutritional information is really easy to find online. And I ate a ton of El Pollo Loco. I don't know if you have El Pollo Loco near you, but honestly, if you're gonna have fast food, for me, it's one of those places that I will always look for. Now, you guys know I feel strongly about there not being bad food and good food, but when you are trying to watch your macros and make different choices, it's really helpful to know nutritionally where your food stands and to make the choices that work the best for you based on that. For me, I eat a lot of protein every day, and I don't have a ton of fat. So El Pollo Loco, which I affectionately refer to as the Crazy Chicken. Crazy Chicken works really well for me in my life. So once that was over and gone, that literally took about a month. It was, my whole kitchen was quarantined. Like, if you ever saw E.T., when they like put E.T. in plastic and like they cover the whole house, that's literally what my apartment looked like. Right after that happened, I hurt my back. So silly, but I hurt my back. And no joke, my hurt back had me down for the count for 5 weeks. I did not exercise for 5 weeks. And I spent 2 to 3 of those 5 weeks basically not being able to stand upright. Like Bridget Jones style, crying on the floor because I can't put my pants on. Pretty sure they're gonna find me here with like dogs eating me and like bottles of wine, like curled up in the fetal position in my bedroom, naked with like half a leg in my pants because I can't move. That's what it was like. The good part about this experience was it taught me a huge lesson. that I'm going to share with you now. And that lesson is, when the best you can do is the best you can do, then that is the best that you can do. I'll repeat that. When the best that you can do is just the best you can do, that is the best that you can do for you. So what does that mean? One of the things you guys hear me say a lot, and I'm gonna keep talking about it, is that I don't believe in the idea of traditional diets, because traditional diets run with the idea of being on or being off or being a success or being a failure. And when people work on diets and mindsets based on fear and deprivation, then when they don't do as well or when they face more challenges, they feel like they're a failure. And when we feel like we're a failure and we live in the mindset that we suck or that we fucked it up, we're less likely to be able to stay committed to honoring ourselves through kinder choices. So that's why I refer to this as really a journey. And in journeys, there are ebbs and flows. There are times that it's easier. There are times that it's harder. There are times that I'm really good at doing lots of different things. And then there are times when you really have to focus and pick your battles. Because if you try and do too much, you physically can't. And that was how I felt when my back was hurting. So I couldn't move, I couldn't exercise, I couldn't stretch. I was literally trapped in my apartment in pain. What was the best thing that I could do for myself at that point in time? A, be kind to myself, be patient with myself, rest, sleep, not feel defunct, which was hard. Like when you are literally hunched over and you need to lean on the laundry cart in order to walk your dog, and you've been active, so active up till this point, it feels really weird. So I did the best thing that I felt I could do for me, which is focus on kindness, focus on patience, and stick to my macros as best as possible. And so I did for 5 weeks. And when I was finally ready to start going to the gym again, I was so excited. It felt like such a beautiful way of honoring me to be able to exercise again and move again. I realized that the only reason that I made it through this really challenging 5 weeks, where I felt like shit on a stick, like no joke, shit on a stick, was because I continually chose to be kind to myself again and again and again. And I continually said, the best I can do is the best I can do, so that's the best I can do. So that's just a little lesson and a tip for you. And I think I'm gonna turn that into like some kind of Instagram post, because I like that. When the best you can do is the best you can do, that's the best you can do. It's like a good meme. Okay, so after that, we jumped right into Thanksgiving and the holidays, and I gotta tell you, I did not have any, first off, I didn't have any concerns about eating for the holidays. I know a lot of people stress out about holiday eating. They feel like they're deprived, they're anxious, they're nervous about cookies and cakes and bingings. I gotta tell you, I had not a single ounce of fucking stress, and I am pretty sure that the reason why was A, because I don't live with the idea of success and failure in food, and also because I don't believe in the idea of good food and bad food. I just believe in the idea of making choices. So, for example, when I was going into Thanksgiving, I love stuffing, like legit. I have an unnatural affinity towards stuffing. I don't know why. It's just something that I love. So, like going into Thanksgiving, I was in Las Vegas with my best friend, who's like my family, and it was the night before, and I was kind of just thinking about how I was going to approach the table, what was going to be my game plan, and I was just kind of laying out my macros for the next day, and I entered into MyFitnessPal cranberry sauce, and like 2 tablespoons of cranberry sauce is something like 35 carbs, which is a lot. It's not bad, but it's a lot. And then I was looking at stuffing, and I saw the same amount of stuffing that I could have for the same amount of carbs, and I was like, well, fuck that. Why am I gonna have the cranberry sauce when I can have all that stuffing? And so the next day, when I was putting my plate together at the buffet, it actually felt like honoring myself when I was eating the foods that I chose to eat. And I was putting food on my plate, not out of habit, but out of choice. Like, I wasn't eating things because they were simply presented to me. I wasn't eating things because that's what I ate in the past or always. I was eating things because that's what I decided I wanted to eat for me. And holy shit, that was like a truth bomb. It was like, pff, mic drop. Eat foods because you love them or because you want to eat them. Don't eat foods because you've always eaten them and that's the only way you know. You know, it goes into this whole idea of releasing identities that no longer serve us. Well, I like cranberry sauce. Cranberry sauce is great, but it doesn't like do it for me. So I made choices based on what I liked versus what I had always done in the past. And that felt really empowering. So I was not stressed about holiday eating. I was not stressed about any of that. And then we move into Christmas. And my mom, who I love to death, came out to LA for Christmas. And it was like my body and my soul and my spirit knew she was coming. And she arrived into town on a Sunday. And by Sunday night, I was not feeling well. And by Monday, I was wickedly sick. No joke. So for the 9 days that she was here, I was down for the count for each and every one of those days. So I like to say that my holiday was not the holiday that I thought I wanted. It was the holiday that the universe told me that I needed. A, I clearly needed to slow down. B, my body clearly needed some TLC. And 3, I got to get it from my mom. How special is that? I'm 38 years old and my mommy was here to take care of me. Like, let's just pause for a minute and talk about how unbelievable that is, right? As we grow up and we grow older, we don't necessarily get to be taken care of by other people. You know, I'm a single woman, I live alone. When I'm sick, I take care of myself. I make my own soup, I deal with my own shit. My mom is never around. She lives on the East Coast. So just the fact that she was here to make sure I took my cold medicine or make me a peanut butter sandwich or fill my sink, not my sink, my fridge and my freezer with food and chicken soup felt really beautiful. And my mom is turning 70 soon, and in the back of my head, I said to myself, remember what this feels like, Sarah. Because you don't know how many more times in life your mom is gonna be there to take care of you. Okay, well, I didn't plan on this, so hold on. So, to make a long story short, it wasn't the Christmas that I planned, but it was a Christmas that I will never forget. And I'm very, very grateful that I had the chance to experience. Whew, hold on, I need a tissue. Ugh. That is gross. Okay, so that being said, New Year's. I don't like New Year's. I'm never a New Year's person. I mean, I go along, but I don't do the whole New Year's party thing. But this year, I have to tell you, was the calmest and the most peaceful and the most happy I've been going into a New Year's in like God knows how long. I mean, honestly, like, I'm not a New Year's kind of gal. I'm a very reflective person. I just as soon go to sleep and I don't need to see a ball drop or anything. But the beautiful thing was that for many people, for me too, I kind of use New Year's as a chance to take stock of the things that I've accomplished and the things that I haven't. And when one of the things you really want in life is to have companionship and be in a relationship and maybe have a family of your own, experiencing another New Year's and not having met that goal can be really frustrating. It can be really scary. You could feel like you're failing at life, honestly. But this year going into New Year's, I'm single as hell. Like, single. It doesn't get any more single than me right now. In fact, I'm like barely even trying to change that. I'm so busy focusing on me and stuff. But I have never felt more peaceful about going into a new year than I did this year. I said, this is the first time, Sarah, that I have been so proud of what I've done for myself in 2016 and what I've done in this past year, that walking into the next year just felt beautiful. It just felt like opportunity. And that made me so excited and so enthusiastic. So I journaled on New Year's Eve, I cooked, and then Saturday, the first, whatever the first was, I woke up early and I went to Golden Bridge Yoga in Santa Monica, and I took a Kundalini yoga class, which was amazing. And it was a special workshop taught by this beautiful, older, gorgeous Kundalini master named Gurmukh, who spent quite a long time talking about how 2017, I guess 217, the numbers add up to 10, and that 10 is a year of action. I don't know, I have to get more research on this, but she was talking all about how 2017 is a year of action, and 2017 is the time to step up and all or nothing, go in, go big, play big. And that spoke to my soul. That's how I feel. I am gonna keep stepping into my light. I am gonna keep playing big. I'm gonna keep honor myself. I'm gonna keep working out like a motherfucker and building the relationship of positivity with my food and continue to make good choices for me on my personal relationships. And I'm just gonna fucking keep on going on, because honestly, all of this feels really amazing. So that being said, I know I've talked longer than I said, but I just want to give you an update from a numerical perspective, because I know people want that, on where I am with my journey. And so I will tell you, I can't tell you. No, I'm somewhere around 50 pounds down. Could be more by now, could be a little less. I'm not really sure. I'm vacillating right around the 50-pound mark, which is awesome. I don't have a problem with the scale. I'm also not addicted to the scale, but I definitely use the scale as a tool. That being said, the amount of muscle that I have gained in my body, and we know muscle weighs more than fat, so although I have lost fat, I have also grown muscle in its place, has been insane. I can leg press 420 pounds now, you guys. About a month or so ago during my workout, I did the 6-flight story of stairs 7 times with like a minute's rest in between. So physically, while the scale only reflects a loss of about 50 pounds, the change within like my internal body, like the makeup of my body composition, is so much more than that. The loss and the gain is so much more than that. So I encourage you guys, when you think about your weight loss and you think about getting healthy, yes, absolutely, use the number on the scale, but I also encourage you to focus on your strength and focus on your muscle, and know that quality of life and mobility and flexibility and range of motion are just as important, if not more important, than the number that you see on the scale. The number, yes, it's important. Think about it, keep it in mind. But I also want you to think of things that you can do now that you could never do before. There are so many things that I can do now that I could not do before, and that is 100% a reflection of how my body composition and my strength and my endurance is changing. So yeah, I just shared a whole lot of information with you, and I'm gonna wrap it up, but I will 100% do a better job at sharing more with you guys in the future, and I will try to get back to my weekly vlog. If there's something that you want me to talk about, chime in. If you missed me, if you didn't miss me, if my face looks different to you, like, talk to me. I miss you guys, and I'm sorry it's been so long, but I will be back, and I will keep talking to you with radical honesty about what this journey is like to become healthier and happier on the inside and on the outside. And I will listen to anybody. I will listen. Way to screw that motivational speech up, Sarah. I will talk to anybody who will listen about how important it is and how essential it is that when you want to make long-term changes in your life, that you do them from a place of radical self-love. Okay, guys, thank you for your patience. Love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!